Jennifer Greenhaigh is a grateful volunteer at the Good Neighbor Food Pantry here in Woodstock, a hot yoga enthusiast, and a proud wife to Phil and mom to Leah. She's also thankfully almost recovered from being raised on Long Island and having a wrestling coach for a father and a therapist for a mother. Jennifer Greenhaigh.
Can you hear me okay? All right. Growing up in Massapequa, Long Island, also known as Matzo Pizza, which sums it up nicely, was kind of like living inside of a cultural Venn diagram where the two circles were Jews and Italians. And somewhere in the thin, confusing sliver in the middle labeled other was my family, the Greenhaighs. It sounded Jewish, we looked Italian, and we confused the shit out of everybody, including the Greenbergs who lived next door. Every Hanukkah, the same question: are you sure you're not Jewish? No, Shari, is it such a crime to just love rugula? So literally unable to officially commit to either, my brother and I navigated between menorahs and Christmas trees like expert drivers on the Long Island Expressway. True to the diagram, everyone in my school seemed to belong to one circle or the other. The Italian kids had catechism, grandmothers who cooked like Michelin chefs, and cool last names that sounded like pasta shapes. While the Jewish kids had Hebrew school, Friday night family seders, and a huge party as soon as somebody sprouted a pubic hair. And in my fucking family of heathens, we had Swanson TV dinners, a catatonic babysitter named Julie, and cable television. Apparently, who needed religion when you could watch reruns of the Brady Bunch and eat a full Thanksgiving dinner from a convenient aluminum tray? My father was vaguely Protestant, the kind that believed in God on major holidays and during Mets games. But with a last name like Greenhaigh, he's been Jew convenient for years, taking off Yom Kippur and Rosh Hashanah, knowing very well that the only place he was going was to the Front Street Tavern. My mother was technically Catholic, but she treated it more like a rumor than a practice. I never actually seen her walk into a church, but the time my brother wrote my name in black marker on her red comforter, her religious background revealed itself with a loud Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, proving she knew who they were, just not well enough to commit to a Sunday. Once again, leaving my brother and I drifting aimlessly like religious exchange students who never really made it out of the airport. So tired of our parents' spiritual lethargy, one Sunday, my brother and I decided we would try the Catholic route. We rode our bikes to the 10 a.m. Mass at St. Rose of Lima Church in hopes that we would slip into a pew and maybe pick up a sacrament or two. But after Father Vincent spotted us, he informed us that because we weren't baptized, we'd have to start from scratch, and he sent us pedaling back to our sliver in the middle. It was like the religious equivalent of being told that your credits didn't transfer. On the other hand, while we watched the Jewish kids getting bar mitzvahed every weekend, emerging from temple richer than some small hedge funds, we got the idea to memorize the Torah blessings, just in case the opportunity presented itself. Baruch atah Adonai. Unfortunately, the synagogue required something called actually being Jewish, which at this point felt like a petty technicality. For Christ's sake, I'd survived 4 bar mitzvahs, 5 bat mitzvahs, countless seders, and I even sat Shiva for Elise Guberman's bubby. I still believe the tribe should have voted me in on that one alone. Looking back, I realized that my life would have just been much simpler if my parents would have just picked a lane on the LIE. For me, probably the one with cash gifts and sesame bagels with lox. Honestly, if I had to do it all over again, when someone asked me what the hell I was, I would have taken my cue from former Republican Congressman George Santos. I should have said I was Jewish.